Welcome to Rani's Education. Dear friends, please watch the complete video. So if you missed any videos, you can go to the description part. In that I have given the previous videos links. So you can easily watch all the videos. So dear friends, we'll see how to convert NFA with epsilon edges to NFA without epsilon edges. So first we need to write what is the given data. Let m equals q sigma delta q naught and capital F be the given NFE with epsilon. So as we all know that finite automata consists of 5 tuples q, sigma, delta, q naught and capital F, where q is finite set of states. In our finite automata we have 3 states, q naught, q1 and q2. Sigma is finite set of input symbols. Here epsilon is also one of the input symbols. So we can write A, B, epsilon. And transitions are nothing but we are going to map one state to another state by taking one input symbol at a time, right? And initial state is q naught itself and final state is q2. So in the second step, what we are going to do? So we are going to construct NFA without epsilon edges. So let us assume m dash be the NFA without epsilon edges to be constructed. Q, sigma dash, delta dash, q naught and capital F dash be the NFA without epsilon edges to be constructed. Right? So in this second step, first we need to find what is epsilon closure for all the states. What is epsilon closure of q naught, epsilon closure of q1, epsilon closure of q2. So in the computation of epsilon closure, just we need to observe the given finite automata. So are there any closures for the state q naught by taking epsilon as a transition? So yes, from state q naught to q1 we have a transition, that is epsilon. So from q1 to q2 is also a transition for epsilon. That means there is a connection between q naught to q2 by getting the input symbol epsilon. So that means epsilon closure of q naught is the state itself, that is q naught, and there is a transition, that is q1 from q2 as well. So whenever we are going to compute epsilon closure for any state, the state itself considered as one of the resultant states. Okay, now go for epsilon closure of q1. So epsilon closure of q1 is nothing but, so there is a transition by taking input symbol epsilon from q1 to q2. So we are computing epsilon closure for q1. So that is q1 itself is one of the resultant states, and we have transition from q1 to q2 by taking input symbol is epsilon. That is q2 is also a resultant state. Now go for epsilon closure of q2. Do we have any transitions from state q2 to other states by taking input symbol epsilon? No, we don't have. That means the state itself is going to be considered as closure to that state q2. Right? So after finding this, So what about sigma dash here? This is finite set of input symbols, right? In the given NFA, we have epsilon edges. In the resultant NFA, we are not at all including epsilons. Okay, that means sigma dash is A comma B. Now, how to compute delta dash here? So delta dash is nothing but which is a new transition function for NFA without epsilon edges. So in the computation of transition function for NFA without epsilon edges, first we need to compute transition function with respect to first state by getting all the input symbols, that is A and B. How we are going to define this? Delta dash of, so here we are going to use one formula. So Qi comma input symbol. Delta dash of Qi comma input symbol, which is nothing but epsilon closure of delta cap of Qi comma epsilon and what the input symbol here. Okay, first we need to find out. So delta cap of Qi comma epsilon. Later you are going to compute what is this and later go for this mapping function. Okay, now delta dash of initial state is Q0 and the first input symbol is A. Now this can be written as epsilon closure of delta cap of, so Qi is nothing but Q0 comma epsilon. First we need to compute this. Later, what is the input symbol here? A. Right? Now, this can be written as, so what is meant by delta cap of Qi comma epsilon? So here I am going to write delta cap of Qi comma epsilon is written as epsilon closure of Qi only. Epsilon closure of Qi. We need to remember these two things. So delta dash of Qi comma input symbol equals to epsilon closure of delta cap of Qi comma epsilon comma input symbol. So here delta cap of Qi comma epsilon is going to be written as epsilon closure of Qi. Right? Now, so what is delta dash of Q naught of A? So this can be written as epsilon closure of delta cap of Q naught comma epsilon is going to be written as epsilon closure of Q naught, isn't it? So epsilon closure of Q naught comma input symbol E. Right? So this can be written as epsilon closure of, this is epsilon closure of delta. So what is epsilon closure of Q naught? What is epsilon closure of Q naught here? Q naught, Q1 and Q2 comma input symbol. Okay, that is what we are going to take. This is the one. Delta of this, first we need to compute, later go for this. Now, this can be written as epsilon closure of, what is delta of Q0, Q1, Q2, comma A. So in this, while we are computing transition function for more than one stage at a time, just we are going to take union of those transitions. Okay, that means delta of Q0 comma A union delta of Q1 comma A union delta of Q2 comma A. Q2 comma A. That means epsilon closure of, what is delta of Q naught of A here? Q naught of A is Q naught union Q1 of E. We don't have any transition in the given finite automata. So that is pi union Q2 of A. So Q2 of A is Q2 only. Isn't it? So this can be written as epsilon closure of Q naught comma Q2. Now how we are going to write the epsilon closure for this? Here also we are going to consider union of epsilon closure of those two states. Okay, that is epsilon closure of Q naught union epsilon closure of Q2. Epsilon closure of Q2. So what is epsilon closure of Q naught here? Q naught, Q1, Q2. Union epsilon closure of Q2. What is epsilon closure of Q2 here? Q2 itself. Now the resultant of this is Q naught, Q1 and Q2. So replication is not allowed while we are computing the transition functions. Now we need to compute what is delta dash of same state by getting another input symbol, that is delta dash of Q naught comma B. So this can be written as epsilon closure of delta cap of Qi is nothing but Q naught comma epsilon comma input symbol. What is the input symbol here? B. Okay, so which implies epsilon closure of delta cap of Q naught comma epsilon is nothing but epsilon closure of Q naught. Epsilon closure of Q naught comma B, which can be written as epsilon closure of delta. Epsilon closure of Q naught is Q naught, Q1 and Q2. We are going to take the input symbol as B. Now, epsilon closure of, so what is delta of Q0, Q1, Q2 by getting input symbol B? Just we are going to take the union of those transitions. Delta of Q0 comma B union delta of Q1 of B union delta of Q2 of B. Q2 of B. Right? Now, this can be written as epsilon closure of, what is Q naught of B here? We don't have any transition, simply we need to use empty string, that is pi union Q1 of B. So Q1 of B is Q1, union Q2 of B is Q2 itself. Now, what is Q1 union Q2 union pi? That is Q1 Q2. Epsilon closure of Q1 comma Q2. Now we need to find out what is epsilon closure of Q1 union epsilon closure of Q2. So this can be written as epsilon closure of Q1 union epsilon closure of Q2. So what is epsilon closure of Q1? So epsilon closure of Q1 is Q1 Q2 and Q2 is Q2 itself. So finally we will get Q1 Q2 as the resultant state. Right? So in the same way we are going to compute what is mapping function for Q1 state. That is delta dash of Q1 comma A. So this can be written as epsilon closure of delta cap of Q1 comma epsilon comma A. Right? That is epsilon closure of delta cap of Q1 comma epsilon is nothing but epsilon closure of Q1. Epsilon closure of Q1 comma A. Isn't it? So this can be written as what? Epsilon closure of delta. Epsilon closure of Q1 is nothing but Q1 Q2 Q1, Q2. By getting input symbol A, we need to compute that. So what is the resultant state we are going to get here? So delta of Q1 of A. What is Q1 of A here? We don't have any transition. What is Q2 of A? Q2 itself. So we'll get epsilon closure of what is that? So Q1 of A is pi union Q2 of A is Q2. So that means what is that? Epsilon closure of, we need to compute epsilon closure of Q2. What is epsilon closure of Q2 here? Q2 itself. Epsilon closure of Q2 is Q2 itself. Now for the same state we are going to take another input symbol, that is B. Delta dash of Q1 comma B. So this can be written as, that is epsilon closure of, delta cap of Q1 comma epsilon comma B. So this can be written as epsilon closure of delta cap of Q1 comma epsilon is nothing but what? Epsilon closure of Q1 comma B. Q1 comma B. Now this can be written as epsilon closure of Q1 is Q1 Q2. Q1 comma Q2. By getting input symbol B, we are supposed to compute the transition function. Isn't it? Now epsilon closure of, what is delta of Q1 of B? This can be written as delta of Q1 of B union delta of Q2 of B. Right? So that means epsilon closure of delta of Q1 of B is Q1 union Q2 of B is Q2 itself. That means we are going to take epsilon closure of Q1 union epsilon closure of Q2. Epsilon closure of Q1 union epsilon closure of Q2. So what is epsilon closure of Q1? Q1 Q2 union Q2 is Q2 itself. That is Q1 comma Q2. So in the same way, we are going to compute. So what is new transition function for the state Q2 by getting input symbol E. So here we have got, so Q2. In the same way we need to compute delta dash of Q2 comma B. So this can be written as epsilon closure of delta cap of Q2 comma epsilon comma B. Right? So this can be written as epsilon closure of delta. So what is delta cap of Q2 comma epsilon? Epsilon closure of Q2. So what is epsilon closure of Q2 here? Q2 only. So that I am going to write directly epsilon closure of delta Q2 comma B. So what is delta of Q2 comma B? Q2 of B, that is Q2 itself. So what is epsilon closure of Q2? Q2 only. Right? So we got all these states. Isn't it? So once we have computed all the transition functions for all the states, then we are supposed to construct state transition table. So in this transition table, rows are going to be represented with states and columns are going to be represented with input symbols. Now we'll see. So what is delta dash of Q naught of A? So what is delta dash of Q naught of A? That is Q naught, Q1 and Q2. Q naught of B, delta dash of Q naught of B. What is that delta of Q naught of B? That is Q1 and Q2. Delta dash of Q1 of A. that is Q2. Delta dash of Q1 of B is what? Q1, Q2. Delta dash of Q2 of A is Q2. Delta dash of Q2 of B is Q2 only. Isn't it? So that is required state transition table. Right? Now we need to construct state transition diagram. So we have 3 states, so we are going to take 3 states as well. So before doing this, first we need to identify what are the initial states and final states for the given NFA with epsilon edges. So in this, Q0 is the initial state and Q2 is the final state. Now we have to check. So are there any more new final states appear after the computation of transition function? We can see. So in the epsilon closure, if the final state is appeared as one of the resultant states, then we can say that its corresponding state is also a final state. That means, what is epsilon closure of Q0? Q0, Q1, Q2. So in that resultant states, whether we got a final state that is Q2? Yes, that means initial that Q0 is also a final state. Go for epsilon closure of Q1. Q1, Q2, whether Q2 is appeared in the resultant states or not. Yes, which is appeared. So Q1 is also a final state. Right? Now, transition diagram Q0, Q1 and Q2, where all 3 states are final states in NFA without epsilon edges, where Q0 is the initial state. And what is Q0 of A here? Q0, Q1, Q2. So that is self loop A. With respect to state Q0, we are going to take transition by getting input symbol A. So for state Q2 also we have a transition by getting input symbol A. What about Q0 with B here? Q1, Q2. Q1, Q2. By keep here we can write Q0 of B is Q1 and one more is Q0 to Q2 by getting input symbol B. Right? Now, go for what is Q1 of A here? Q1 of A is Q2. Q1 of A is Q2. Then Q1 of B is Q1, Q2. We are going to take self loop and one more transition B. What is Q2 of A here? Q2 itself. What about B here? B, Q2 only. This is the required transition diagram for the given NFA with epsilon edges. So you can observe that yes, which is an NFA. Why? Because for the same input symbol that is A, we have more than one possible path. That is, for the same state we have one path. For Q1 state we have one path. For state Q2 also we have one more possible path for the same input symbol A. That's why we can say that which is NFA. So we can observe, do we have any epsilon edges here? No, we don't have. So we can say that which is an NFA without epsilon edges. So dear friends, I hope you like this session. If you like this session, please like, share, comment and subscribe. Thank you everyone.